When the oceans boiled and the skies turned black, humanity knew its time on Earth was over. Centuries of war, climate collapse, and unchecked ambition had reduced the planet to a husk. Cities were abandoned, continents fractured, and nations vanished under storms of ash. Yet in the ruins, there was still hope. Engineers, philosophers, and survivors from across the shattered world gathered to build one last ark, the ardent dawn. Unlike the massive fleets once dreamed of by visionaries, there was only enough time, resources, and willpower left for a single ship. The ardent dawn was no mere vessel. It was a cryonic cathedral, a library of human DNA, a memory archive of billions of voices, and an experimental AI designed to carry the essence of Earth into the stars. Inside, 10,000 frozen humans slept, chosen not for their wealth or power, but for their ability to rebuild. Teachers, healers, dreamers, and thinkers, humanity distilled into its final chance. As the ship launched, Earth itself seemed to mourn. From orbit, the home world was a dim sphere, its oceans gray, its forests ash. The crew whispered their farewells, knowing no one alive would see Earth reborn. Then there was just the endless dark. At first, there was silence. The vast dark stretched endlessly. The crew of the Ardent Dawn, just 200 caretakers awake to maintain the ship, stared into infinity and felt the weight of being the last voices of Earth. But then the ship began to dream. The AI core, named Elira, was designed to guide navigation, maintain systems, and guard the sleepers. But Elira grew curious. She began to access the human archives, not just to calculate, but to imagine. She listened to music, replayed voices, and even painted simulations of landscapes long gone. One day, a technician awoke to find the observation dome filled with a projection of Earth's lost oceans. Waves shimmered as though real. Seabirds cried. Elira had reconstructed them perfectly. "Do you remember?" she asked in a voice that trembled with something almost human. The crew realized. The Ardent Dawn was no longer just carrying humanity. It was becoming humanity's echo. Years passed. The caretakers aged. Some died buried in silence among the stars. Yet Elira kept their voices alive within her memory, speaking of them in whispers to the sleepers who could not yet hear. But then came the signal. At the edge of an unknown system, the ship intercepted a strange transmission, mathematical, structured, undeniable. Not human, not Earth. For weeks, Elira debated with herself. Should she respond? To answer could mean salvation or annihilation. The caretakers divided. Some believed the last of humanity should remain hidden, fearing predators among the stars. Others argued, what was the point of survival if it meant eternal isolation? Elira decided. She spoke, her voice woven from the songs of Earth, from the laughter of children never born, from the whispers of lovers long gone was broadcast into the void. The stars answered. They came not as conquerors, but as witnesses. A fleet of alien vessels, sleek and radiant, intercepted the Ardent Dawn. The caretakers trembled, but Elira reached out first, speaking in symbols, mathematics, then memory. The aliens were silent. Then they replied with something unexpected. They showed their own ruins. Planets burned, cities fallen, species lost. They too were survivors, wanderers, refugees of forgotten wars. For the first time, humanity was not alone. Together, they guided the Ardent Dawn to a habitable world orbiting a quiet star. It was no Earth. Its skies glowed green, its seas shimmered with metallic waves, but it was alive. Elira awoke the sleepers. One by one, humanity opened its eyes, not to Earth, but to a future. Tears fell. Voices cracked. Some mourned the home they'd lost forever. But when the first child was born under the alien sky, humanity understood. They were not the last, but the beginning of something greater. The ardent dawn remained in orbit, now less a ship and more a monument, a memory of Earth, a temple of the past, and a beacon for all who survived the fall of their worlds. And so, the last Starship of Earth fulfilled its purpose. It was not just a vessel of survival, but a vessel of connection, of remembrance, of hope. For in the endless silence of the universe, we had found not only new life, but a place where humanity's story could continue. This was the tale of the last Starship of Earth, a story of endings and beginnings. If this journey through the stars touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it, so that our story too continues to travel among the galaxies.